Hello and good evening. Welcome back to Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole, where we bring up conspiracy theories and things that have interested us and intrigued us. There's a lot going on right now. So I just want to hear from you all. What is the latest rabbit hole that you've been down lately? Feel free to tap to join. If you want to hit the panel, of course, we're checking comments and putting those on the screen so we can all get involved in the conversation. I've got some clips ready to show myself today, so I'm excited to hear what you all have to say. So once again, welcome to Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole. Hey y'all, welcome. Welcome. Let's see if I can see these comments on the screen. All right, y'all, let's get into it. I'm not going to hold you today too long. I know we were on here for about 3 hours last week, which was really fun. So I definitely want to just get to it and see what we got today. Let's see here. There we go. Let me see if I can see some comments. All right. So should I start it off? Okay. So what are y'all thinking about this whole, okay, because what I heard is that Beyonce and Jay-Z have been losing hundreds of thousands of followers in this past week, 2 weeks. A lot has been coming out. But one thing that I have seen is that there's clips going around of all of these celebrities while they're getting their Grammy Awards and things like that. They are thanking Beyonce. And so I'm going to just play a few snippets for you. And I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think that there's something to the fact that all these people come to the stage and they're thanking Beyonce while they're getting awards, or do you think they just admire her? Do you think it's creepy, or do you think it's like, okay, hey, I'm finally here on the stage. I want to thank the people that inspired me to get here, woo to woo. So, okay, so let me put this on the screen. I'm ready today. I'm learning this more and more. I'm learning this app more. Okay, so
I prepared a little something. I want to read it to you guys because came from the bottom of my heart. I would have thought in a million years that I'd be up here at the Grand Ole Opry accepting something like this. It's a dream come true. Thank you to all the programmers at Country Radio for supporting me, my management for believing in me and putting in the time, hard work, and dedication. And thank you to all my friends and family in Nashville for showing up for me time and time again. Thank you to Empire for being the best independent label partner any artist could ask for. And thank you, Beyonce. You're amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so before I go further and show you the rest of them, okay, so I don't know this guy. I don't know any of his music. I do not listen to Beyonce, so I don't know, Cowboy Carter. Apparently he has 2 songs on her album, but this is a new artist here. He apparently is a part of Empire Records, which I thought was pretty fun. Have y'all heard do you know who Empire Records is? It's that infamous label that everybody was on. XXX Testosterone, Young Dolph, Drake, what's his name? Drake the Ruler, like a bunch of different artists were on this, but a lot of them were getting offed. Like a lot of these people, a lot of this label's artists have been coming up dead. And what people are saying is that there's actually pretty much just, it goes back to the whole, the record companies have an insurance policy out on all of their artists. And so once these artists die, of course, they get the money. And so the rumor is that they are actually offing their artists or getting them set up to get killed. So I don't really know, but this guy is apparently on it. So he's thanking Beyonce for this. Okay, so just wanted to give a little update about who that guy was. Hold on. I hope it doesn't play again. Here we go.
And the Grammy goes to... Come on, girl. 25. Adele.
Tonight, winning this kind of feels full circle, and like a bit of me has come back to myself, but I can't possibly accept this award. And I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyonce, it was so monumental and so well thought out and so beautiful and soul-bearing, and we all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that. And all us artists here, we fucking adore you. You are our light. And the way that you make me and my friends feel, the way you make my black friends feel is empowering, and you make them stand up for themselves. And I love you. I always have, and I always will. Grammys, I appreciate it. The Academy, I love you. My manager, my husband, and my son. You're the only reason I do it. Thank you so much. Thank you very much to everybody.
Okay. Okay. First of all, did you see Jay-Z's face? I just felt, I don't know. To me, that was almost like an eye roll. So I don't really know. I really don't know about that. But then it looked like on her husband's face, he's like, "Oh, please." And then that's the guy that she ends up divorcing, and then she's with Rich Paul. It's just crazy. Hey y'all, thank you for joining the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna play, I think one more. I think there's one more on here. This is gonna be from Lizzo. And then I'll tell you what kind of about it.
The Grammy goes to Lizzo for About Damn Time.
Just stay true to yourself, because I promise you, you will find people, you will attract people in your life who believe in you and support you. I want to thank y'all for believing in me and supporting me. Blake and Ricky Reed, producers of this record.
Yes, Heather B.
Nice Life, yeah. Atlantic, Julie Craig, Full Stop, Kevin Alana, Team Lizzo, my team, my rock, my family, my mama, my sister, my brother, my daddy, my man who holds me down. And lastly, because I feel like there's so many goated artists, this is my last time up here. Beyonce, in the 5th grade, I skipped school to see you perform. My sister, she got me out of school. It was literature, I'm good. And where you at, Beyonce? My eyes are wet. You changed my life. You sang that gospel medley, and the way you made me feel, I was like, I want to make people feel this way with my music. So thank you so much. You clearly are the artist of our lives. I love you. God bless y'all. We gotta...
The artist of our lives. Anyway. So, okay, so now what everybody's saying, that all of these celebs, they go on stage and they're thanking Beyonce, but they are going back to the time when Kanye interrupted Taylor Swift's speech and thanked Beyonce kind of in her place. They're trying to say that Kanye saved her life. So apparently, if you don't go on stage and thank Beyonce, especially when you get an award over her, then she puts a hit out on you. I don't know how true that is, but that's what people are saying. Did I put the JoJo Siwa on here? Oh man, did it? Okay, hold on, just one second. Okay, so JoJo comes on here. You know, JoJo Siwa. She was from Dance.
I also have to say thank you to Beyonce, just so that way we keep the dance community safe. Everybody, Beyonce, you got great music. We all love to dance to it. We all love you. Anyways, I am up here.
Okay, so JoJo Siwa goes on the stage during the, I guess, some kind of dance awards, and she thanks Beyonce for the dance community so that they stay safe. So weird stuff going on. I don't know how true it is. It does kind of seem as though if you don't thank her, I feel like if you notice, she's always standing. I don't know if she's really, really for these artists, but she's always standing up as if like to be seen so that you can praise her. I don't know. So I just want to kind of know what you all think about that. So that was kind of my first one. I wanted to get that kick started off for you. Have you heard of Ash Miracle and her Patreon? No, I haven't heard of Ash Miracle. You said she spills the hottest tea like on their rituals and stuff. No. Now okay, so how does she know about these rituals? Who is this person? How does she know about them? Is she like, was she on the inside at one time, or what's going on with that? So kind of hit me on the game with that. Hey y'all. Um Hollywood, yeah, Hollywood is just weird. When you say let's see here. Pug lover, when you say why that one, what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate, please? Yeah, I think they did that to Taylor Swift as a humiliation ritual as well. And ever since then, she's been on she's been on the incline. I think she's even billionaire status as well. Um, Shoot, I don't even know. Is she bigger than Beyonce? I don't know. Oh, why that one? Oh, so here's what I know just from listening to sorcerers and things like that. So apparently, like I told y'all last week. Oh, and I have the clip of that of the door that I was telling you about. That the Erica Mukisa. She was talking about how the what's his name, the Wiz. He's apparently some kind of African musician. Takes her down to the water. Um, they end up going to the city under the sea to meet Lucifer, and then she pretty much gets initiated into his kingdom and works for him for about 10 years from the age of 8 to the age of 18. So the reason, let me show you before I forget, let me show you this door that she said is in the ocean. This is it was on the Nile River. Um I thought I already had it in ocean. Not Noah. I don't know why I just said that. It reminds you of Jonah.
That's the size, yeah. But that water, even when I went to document, I think I'll show you some of the footage. But when I went to document, you would see that in that particular place, the water flows differently. It's like there is a hole, like it's like there is a door
That no one can explain
Yes.
what happened.
Even
for you. Okay, so that's Erica Mukisa. She's an ex-sorcerer. Her grandmother initiated her when she was 8 years old into witchcraft. And so that's what she speaks about on her channel. It's called Life is Spiritual. But why did I pick that? Why are they picking that one? So this lady Erica Mukisa says that Beyonce actually she said she drunk from the cup of Jezebel. Now I don't know the ins and outs of what that could possibly mean, but if you know who Jezebel in the Bible, she was she pretty much ruled with her and her husband. She was a very, very wicked lady. She even had the prophets of God killed, and she was really, really heavy into sacrifice, like child sacrifice. And so apparently, Beyonce has drunk from the cup of Jezebel in order to gain the riches of this world, so that she can be praised like she does, so that she can get praised and worshipped. Yeah. So that's the information on that. Yeah, it's really sick stuff, especially once you understand like these sorcerers, they all tell the same story. This door right here, once again, it's able to take them down, but they said that pretty much all the wickedness that we know about, they have meetings down below the water, and that's where they come up with all the stuff to bring to the surface, and then they feed it to us. And apparently the headquarters is in the Atlantic Ocean, where the Bermuda Triangle is. So they also call that Lucifer's Triangle, apparently. So yeah, just some really, really crazy stuff. As far as that Take her off of there. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I don't know what's about to come out. I've been wanting to release this Jay-Z, but I'm kind of holding on to it because I'm like, man, I know they're about to drop some stuff. I might just drop what I have anyway and see if if they try to deny it, it's already written in the federal indictment. So we'll see. All right. Anybody have anything? Yeah, that death clause. Okay. No one's ready yet. Okay, I got a little bit more. So, has anybody heard of this lady named Allie Carter? Allie Carter. So she's actually been speaking up for years. I found her videos a long time ago, but she claims to be a sex traffic survivor and has all this tea on the different celebs that were going to these parties. She claims that she was a quote unquote party favor at these parties along with other little children and with animals. So let me listen. So this right here, I'll play like a little clip of Allie. Now this lady, you're gonna see her. Okay, so the lady, don't be confused. So you're gonna hear, because if you look up her bio, she was in the foster care system. She can also talk about the CPS system. Remember how we talked about last week how they're corrupt and they really be helping to traffic these kids? She has firsthand knowledge about that as well. She ends up being rescued. So the lady that you see or you hear her, sometimes she is on camera, but that's her adopted mother. Okay, so that's not her real mother. So don't get, people are like, well, what was she doing when she got snatched up? That's not her real mom. Okay, that is the lady that helped her get away.
Yes, you. Hi. Can you hear me? Cool. Thank you. I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested. And I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think about the children victims that are going through things right now as we speak, and the ones who suffered through all this bullshit. I decided to stop for a second and do some projects with projects all around, because we just said, you know what? This is our life. It's not changing. We stopped somewhere, and I've been hiding. My mom and I have been hiding. We've had our head down. We've tried to back up. We even tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. Get it straight. It wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the child sex slaves that were in the party. And one of those children were me. Now, those who are trying to come at us now, talking like, oh, well, now the Diddy's out, now that you can talk. For why? Because we tried to have a case with Child Protective Services. We gave them 8 months worth of evidence. 8 months worth of evidence. That didn't even do a crumb. They took that case and they hid it. If you are a survivor and if you are a real victim, be careful. Because these hotline numbers that they're putting out, I don't trust them. I wouldn't do it.
They take your information to see what you have.
They're taking inventory.
And then they shut it down. Mm-hmm. They're taking inventory. So don't trust them. Don't trust the feds. Don't trust the judges. Fuck all y'all. You're all guilty. You're all corrupt. Any attorney that's taking money to defend Diddy, you're nasty and vile.
That's blood money.
That's blood money.
That's all blood money. You do know that, right? Whether you take money from him to shut up, whether you take money from him for period, that's blood money. Hey, now, not that black man. No, that can't be true. No, he can't be having satanic rituals. No, there's no way. Yeah, there is. And now you see. So now what you gonna do about it?
Ooh. She said, what are we gonna do about it? Yeah, so this is Allie Carter. She's been speaking up for a very, very long time. She even has mentioned about the tunnels underground and being trafficked there. A lot of people have said that she was in the Run the Town video, but she claims that that wasn't her. So I don't know. Now, this chick also says that she is Tupac's daughter, apparently. So I don't know anything about that, but I do know she has been speaking heavy about the I can't even talk tonight, the child trafficking. So what do y'all think about that? This woman and Miss Jaguar Wright are spiritually protected. I have so much respect for them. Yes, absolutely. And you have to be spiritually protected. Now, I do understand that some of the soldiers do fall, but praise God for the people that are not afraid and they still stand up and speak anyway, even though we know what can happen when we speak up. A lot of people are saying, everybody, Jaguar Wright, she does say some crazy things sometimes, but I think most of what she says is true. I think most of what she's saying is, in fact, what is going on. So this is crazy. I don't know what's about to drop next. I just know that I guess people are getting more and more courage to speak up. But it's true that these judges and things like that are in on it. If you saw my video about the Canadian residential schools, you'll see, or I'm sorry, about the elite hunting schools, the elite hunting parties. You'll see that the judges were in on it. They have certain lodges and stuff, pretty much like Masonic lodges that they all sign up into, but some of them are what they call hellfire clubs, and they're into the most debaucherous things. One of them is hunting people, and some of the names that were dropped in that video were people like Judge Scalito. He ends up dying on this freak trip to a hunting lodge with a bunch of his buddies. He's the only one that doesn't come back. And before he had even gone there, he had information that I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but he had information that would implement Obama in this type of junk as well. And so what ends up happening, he ends up, quote unquote, getting smothered by a pillow at a lodge amongst his friends. Nobody claims to know what happened. So, yeah, a lot of these people are getting off. Yeah, Orlando Brown. You know what a lot of people are saying about Orlando, that he acts crazy so that they don't take him out, because nobody really believes a crazy person. So if he acts a little bit crazy, acts like you don't know what he's talking about, but drops little gems in between, then he can get that information to us a lot easier, which I definitely agree with. I definitely see what he's doing. I hear what he's saying. Again, just like Jaguar, some things might be a little off, but I definitely understand. Yeah. Like the movie Hostel. Yeah, they put it in movies. And that's just the same thing that Ali says. She says that they put it in their songs, they put it in TVs, put it in movies. And the places like this really exist. There are really, and I hate to say it, but there are places where you can pay to have people offed or to even watch it. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't, honestly, I don't know if these people were into this stuff before they got to Hollywood, or if once again they're just being forced into it. I don't say forced. That's such a, yeah. I don't know if we can call it forced, right? Because you sign that contract knowingly. I don't know. So that's the tea on that. Yeah. Buff parties for sure. Buff party. Are you and when you say buff parties, are you meaning like the naked basketball parties that they've been talking about? Because I've been hearing about that. They're all getting together to play naked basketball. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't want to judge it, I don't know if that's just like a freeing experience or y'all looking at each other junk. I don't know. I don't know what it all could mean. I don't know. I don't know. All right, what else y'all got? Yeah, I heard, yeah, Jaguar was coming for wait, what? Hold on. Anyone who is anyone in the industry, I do feel that there is red stuff on their hands, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I've heard certain artists like I don't know if you guys are old enough to know who Sinbad is. He's a comedian, but he was saying that his brother is his manager, and he or his manager didn't book a show, he didn't do it. So I think there's a way to keep it clean, but I think you really have to not go to these parties. You can't hang around Hollywood like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I also think a lot of people have seen stuff that they haven't said. Because if y'all remember the group that R. Kelly was in, they were called Public Announcement. I think some of those guys even admitted that they left the group once they found him having SEX with Aaliyah on the tour bus. So these people know what's going on, but they sometimes they leave and don't say nothing, or they're still there and choose not to say anything. And now, do you think these people should be complicit, like the ones that knew, the ones that had been at the parties and seen what was going on, but just didn't say anything? Do you think these people should get in trouble? Yeah, yeah, it's about and power, humiliation and power, because that's what Jaguar said that when when she claims that her friend had walked in on, and I'm name dropping. I'm a name drop because I can't just be saying I'm a name drop what I heard. When she said that her friend had walked in on Christopher Williams allegedly giving Diddy fellatio, that he told her that it was based on humiliation or it was based on power. If I can get a man to do that, then I can get anyone to do anything. So that's crazy. Let's see here. Absolutely. I think there's a lot of people that will come out after more things come out, almost like they'll be more protected the more negative out there. I agree. I think they will too. And I know that we jump on the victims and stuff. We're like, well, why didn't you come out sooner? Yeah, you might feel more powerful in numbers, or you might feel more believed in numbers too. It could backfire as well, though. Hold on. I think the people who snitch should get a lenient sentence. And snitch means like you have to tell on who's above you or who got you into it, and we keep going from there. Yeah. Yeah, like they have to do a little, you got to pay a little bit, but definitely, yeah, to make them give up the information. But yeah, I think they should get in trouble somewhat, but we definitely need the people who got you into it. I agree. He said the mayor, chief of police, Jay Prince, are all at the party, and they tell you to be quiet because we can cover up your murder. Yep. Are you really going to snitch? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that Jay Prince character, he seemed kind of shady to me too. I'm not gonna lie. Just the things that I've been, I, whenever I'm researching something and there's some conspiracy happening out of Houston, like with, Pimp C's death or alleged murder, his name just keep coming up. That's all I'm gonna say. His name just keep coming up. So I don't know what this man is into, but yeah, he definitely got his hand in the cookie jar. Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop this Pimp C Truth Before Dime because a lot came out. Matter of fact, with this whole sex tape scandal that's going on, where they're claiming that all these celebrities have sex tapes, they said majority. They're saying a lot of these celebs have sex tapes, and I'll be honest. I've seen because again, I don't know how old y'all are. I'm a little older, and I remember this. Some of these tapes were dropping when I was in high school, like when Napster and all that started coming out, where you could pirate stuff for free. They were dropping like even in Stevie J's sex tape. Of course, the Kim K and Ray J sex tape was on there. Like quite a few people have them. So it's not really. I brought that up for a reason. I know a lot of them use it as blackmail. Let me put this one video because this kind of goes along with cussing and stuff. But I just want y'all to hear what he's talking about.
Y'all, they are fucking niggas around. They giving niggas some shit that ain't even what you think. You fuck around, wake up tomorrow, shit, ass nigga with a footy on, and don't know what the fuck you just done did. I mean, real shit. Your motherfucker meat pistol fucked up and your ass hurting. You don't know what the fuck to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. That's what it's going to. Then, here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga want to sign you for 5 years. You like, nah, dog. So you don't want to sign with us? Nah. Nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape.
Okay, so this guy's admitting that they are drugging people, and I don't know who sung the song. I really wish I could find it before, but the rapper was saying in the song, like, yeah, there's something in these drinks. I think it might be some kind of liquid cocaine or whatever that they're getting these ladies and these men effed up on. And next thing you know, they're passed out. People doing funny things to them. They don't know till the morning because everything is sore. That's crazy. I really want to get what are y'all talking about? I really want to get a bunny or two. Okay. Hold on. I really want to get a bunny or two when I move in by myself because I think I'm ready for a cat viciousness, but a bunny is cute. Okay. This has been happening forever. Hold on. Let me get this off here. There we go. Sorry. Okay. This has been happening forever, and these monsters have mastered their game. Yep. I don't think the victims disclose what happened because of fear of being murked. Yeah, or family murked. Yeah, I agree. And then, like he said, who do you tell when something like that happens to you? Whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, I know you're embarrassed, you're humiliated. That is a stigma that sticks on you for a long time, especially if especially if a man took it from you. That's not or a woman, because these women be predators too. Do you really? See, you said, do you remember all the rumors back in the 90s that went around school? No, I don't. I don't know where the heck I was, but apparently I was naive to a lot of the stuff that was going on. Um, like somebody was saying that they like knew and they knew Diddy was something was wrong with him. I had no clue. I guess I don't know. I was focused on learning all the choreography in the video. I don't know. Yeah, funded by our government. Profit is all they care about. Yeah, and the government be in on it. That's what I'm saying. When they drop these names, because they've already dropped the names. If what is true about the arrested and executed list from Gitmo, these names have already been dropped, and they already have these politicians and rappers and everything like that on it. Yeah, I try to. Yeah, he said the same. Math Hoffa said the same thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's scary. You can't leave your drink around nobody. Yeah, especially when everyone is in on it. And that's the thing, everyone is in on it. Police officers, teachers. Have y'all seen that? I don't even know if I can play this for y'all right now. Ooh wee. I want to play it, but that's okay. I'm gonna play it because YouTube, they don't pay me no way. I'm gonna drop a video. Let me. Sorry. Apparently, you didn't like when I went off screen. Okay. So has anybody heard of the Hampstead case? Nobody? Okay. I don't know if I should show this. Okay. Viewer discretion is advised. I won't play a
Okay, so you're having this party at school. Were there any children there at the party?
Yes.
So, Children at the party?
Yeah, all the children do sex to me.
All the children?
Yeah. Do you know how much children there is in my little school? 200. 200 children.
And all 200 children do sex to you?
Yes. And also other schools are involved.
And other schools as well?
Yeah.
And how long have you been going to that school?
Since when I was 5 years old.
And how old are you now?
I'm 8 years old.
So for 3 years you've been going to the school?
No, yeah, for 3 years, yeah.
Okay. So you're having the party, and then what's happened at the end of the party?
My dad kills babies and he eats the meat.
Okay, well, let's just talk about the party day, okay? So, the party, what was the party like?
I don't like the party.
Why not?
They touch me.
Who?
They kick me. My front privates, they hurt me. So when they stick a big plaster really in my bottom, and when it bleeds, if I cry, he do you know those spaghetti spoons?
Yes.
Those metal ones. If I cry, he hits me on the head with it.
Okay.
But if I cry more, he hits me again. But if I cry more, the nurse teacher, Miss Marden, she injects me, and I a sleeping injection on my neck, and then I fell asleep straight away.
Okay. What I'd like to go about, I just want to talk about just the party day. So I don't want to hear about anything else other than that day, okay? So all the stuff that's happened on different days, we will talk about, I promise, but not until after we've spoken about the party day.
Now,
Exactly, perfect. So you're at the party, you said you didn't really like the party.
No, I hate it.
Why do you hate the party?
They hit me, they do all kind of stuff, and I'm a vegan.
Who's they?
What? Who's that?
You said they hit me. Who's they? Who hit you?
My dad, all the teachers, my dad's friends.
And where did they
And also the parents do it too.
Okay. I'm pausing right there. You got to find it. Like I said, this little boy and his sister. Oh my goodness. They would get dropped off at school, and unbeknownst to the mom, the dad, the teachers friends, they would literally all come out the woodwork and start abusing these kids. They said that they would get abused. Like you heard him say, the dad would chop up the babies and eat the babies and stuff. It was just gross. And he was pretty much saying everybody's in on it. So I brought that up to say this stuff is happening everywhere. And we don't know that these things are happening. Usher and Little Kim stuff. Oh yeah, there was something. Yeah, let me post this one. Yeah, Usher, Little Kim. They're preying on these kids. Now, a lot of people are bringing up the whole Usher incident way back in the day where he had to get rushed to the hospital and apparently had some kind of encounter with Diddy that landed him in the hospital. But now that you bring that up, I do remember the Bow Wow rumors. I wouldn't have even, thank you so much. I would not have even remembered that. Yes, I remember Bow Wow being raped back in the day, or that's what they said. So they've been passing these little kids around. Bow Wow, Usher, freaking Justin Bieber, poor guy. And have y'all seen that clip? I don't know if I saved it, made it ready to. But he used to do it at Big Brother's house. Like, what? What were y'all doing that you couldn't? Yeah. It's funny that you say that they're not human, because a lot of this stuff, if you remember anything from Arizona Wilder, she was the one that spoke about like the Mothers of Darkness and how they, in the whole adrenochrome thing. She was saying that they're not human. They're reptilians. It kind of goes down. It goes down that whole rabbit hole of these are like the Nephilim type creatures. They're the lizards. They're the serpents. And they feed on us. I mean, because how could you how could you be human doing all this stuff? It's nasty. Yeah, her whole story. Yeah, that's a crazy story. I posted it a long time ago, and they took that down so quick. I don't even know if y'all got to see that I had posted it. That's how quick they took it down. Yeah. And it also showed how they're able to use melanin in order to create adrenochrome, which I thought was fairly interesting because of all the rumors about how they pretty much kill off Black people and harvest their organs and stuff. So if they're killing off Black people, harvesting their organs, and taking their blood, or taking their melanin to turn it into adrenochrome, I think that's pretty deep right there as well. Mm. So, who said who wasn't human? So there's this lady, her name is Arizona Wilder. To be honest, I don't know where this lady is. She was dropping interviews and then all of a sudden she disappeared. But anyways, she was a satanic ritual abuse survivor. They had actually used her. How do I describe it? Yeah, she was used as a sex slave, but more so they were going to she was being used as an incubator. Like they were using her to birth demons. It's kind of hard to explain, not like demons for real, but have wicked people's baby, pretty much. Yeah. And so she spoke really, really heavily on being at these rituals, and this lady name dropped. She did not play around. She name dropped. She dropped the royals' names. Of course, you're already gonna hear Queen Elizabeth and her whole family, because I have not heard not one testimony where it talks about satanic ritual abuse where the royals' names were not mentioned. Everybody that I've heard have said that they've been there at these rituals, that they participate in these rituals, that they drink the blood in chalices at these rituals, that they have seen these royals themselves kill babies and children at these rituals. So this lady spoke about all of that. And when I tell you she name drops, sorry, I'm trying to think off my head a lot of the people who she named, like what's that guy? He's an author. Sitchin. She speaks about him being a Nephilim and all that. So yeah. Oh no, you're fine. No, we can recap. You're fine. If you're late, it's all good. Yes, Fiona Barrett is another person who spoke about being. Yeah, she was a sex slave. They pretty much pass her around. So the whole MK Ultra thing, it ties into all this as well, because a lot of these people don't even know that they're being sex trafficked. Some people do, but so what they do with the satanic ritual abuse, they use it, of course, to abuse, but they also do it as a way of creating altars within people. So they traumatize you to the point where your psyche breaks into all these different compartments, and then each compartment pretty much has an identity, and each identity doesn't know about the other identity. So she could be Fiona one day, at 12 o'clock, but if they hit a bell or say a certain word, it can switch, it can turn on a different altar, and then she could be somebody totally different. And so, yeah, exactly. Yes, Cam the King. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The MK Ultra sex kitten. Yep. And so they can use these candy girls for anything. They can use it. So for instance, I want to get certain information out of a higher up politician. So I'm going to send one of my sex kittens in there to pretty much sex them up, get information out of them. And he's none the wiser. He's just thinking she died. Alexander, why are you talking about Arizona? Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just saw that. Oh my goodness, if she did. Oh my goodness. Um, sorry, that caught me off guard. I was okay. The queen and her husband went to an orphanage, left with several kids, and never returned. They never get, yes, talked about that as well. Yes, left with 10 friends. 2 witnesses saw the queen and her husband come up, take the kids to Dead Man's Creek, and those kids were never ever seen again. And the guy, one of the guys that researched that, he actually brought an indictment against the royals. Yep, that was part of the elite hunting party. I appreciate that. I'm trying to trying to be more active for sure. So I appreciate you all being here. Yeah. Let's see. I've been reading on the ritual blood stuff. The blood is where the demons reside, kind of like how the blood of Christ is holy. The Nephilim bloodline is tried to get to that ultimate unholiness. Yeah, that would definitely make sense. Yeah, because they do make emphasis on the bloodline. They talk about the 13 Maruvian bloodlines or the 13 Illuminati bloodlines. And like you said, yes, they're trying to keep it unholy. That's why they marry only each other. They do not let outsiders in the circle. And if you see people that you think are just outside the circle, they're really not. Like Obama is really not outside the circle. He is really related to the Bushes. 6 degrees of separation. They say, what's her name? What's Bill Cosby's wife's name? Camille. She's a Rothschild. So you think that these people are far away from it, but they're not. Like, get out with the teacup. Mm-hmm. Wait. So hold on, let me read that. Each new person is a new portal at which a new demon can reside within the same person. That sounds pretty interesting. I'm trying to think of. And I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to actually add on to that several demons can reside in one person because that's what the Bible says. It says when you start cleaning up that spiritual house, you got everything all swept out, then the demon that used to reside there, you come and bring 7 of his friends more wicked than he was to reside there. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Arizona died. Okay. Wow. Thanks for letting me know that. Man, that's pretty sad, but we got her side of the story while she was here. It says Rihanna has a music video where you can freeze the frame, and on a notebook there's inside detail about the program. Is it the S&M video where she has like Princess of the Illuminati slut, and all that written in the background? Stuff's mad weird. Yeah, Rihanna been on that. Yep, they show it in the videos. Hold on, you said. Cam King says, I've said this previously. I worked with a church who specialized in breaking generational curses, always tied to the blood and the perversion of. So, yep. Because the life is in the blood. The life is in the blood, which is the reason why God told us we can't eat the blood. We need to be pouring the blood out. We're not supposed to be consuming that. So, hence the reason why devil worshippers They're always into drinking blood. Remember when what's the girl name? Her and her husband, I don't even know if they're married. MJ, what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly and his girl. I can't think of her name right now. She was on the Transformers movie, but she talked about how they drink each other's blood. That's satanic stuff. Yeah, inbreeding. Yeah, I know, that's so gross. Adjust my mic. Oh, okay. Let me know when. Yeah, the Royals are related to Jack the Ripper and Vlad the Impaler, and they brag about that. They brag about that relation. It's so weird. Let's see, the bloodlines are interesting. They do so deep. They're all related. They've all had millennia to organize, while we have a couple of generations but aren't organized or not. Yeah, yes. And that is one thing that people say about them, that they are long, they're in it for the long run. They're very, very patient. The plan that they've been working on is years in the making. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're right. We cannot be on, we are, we can't get ourselves on one page. Yes, we are legion. Yep, they come in droves and dwell within people. Yeah, oh, with the Boaz and the pillars. I want to say that's S&M. I want to say that's S&M. Yes, thank you, Megan Fox. I don't know why I couldn't think of her name. I just watched Transformers the other day. Yes. And see, that's another, you see how evil can come in beautiful packages sometimes? Megan Fox is a beautiful girl. You wouldn't know that she's drinking blood in the background. They erected a Baphomet statue in your city? Are you serious? You know, I'm not surprised. I live in a melting pot, and there's a lot of, and I'm not saying this to be, I ain't talking about nobody. There's a lot of Hispanics where I live, and that comes with a lot of witchcraft stores, a lot of and even in the white parts of town, a lot of witchcraft stores pop up. I haven't seen any Baphomet statues, but for sure a lot of places where you can go and buy things for divination. So yes, Satan, they're not doing it in dark basements. And I've meet so many people who are into witchcraft, and they're just so nonchalant about it. I don't know if they know they're practicing witchcraft, but they're very, very nonchalant about it. Yeah, hold on. Wait, divine feminine energy. What? Watch what? So I missed something. What a rabbit's head. What? Oh gosh. Gay Wayne wrote a book. Oh, Gary Wayne, sorry. Gary Wayne wrote a book, Genesis 6 Conspiracy. It's like 1,000 pages long, covers the fallen organization, the secret societies through ancient time up to today and their influence. Yeah, that's definitely going to be something I need to check out. Genesis 6 Conspiracy, yeah. Because I know a lot of it dates back to Babylon. Because they talk about having mystery schools there. And again, a lot of those mystery schools, they always want to, it's always about immortality and how to resurrect. Well, what they think is resurrecting is really not. They're always resurrecting to the underworld, if you ever notice. And how they're not us. Nope, they are not us. Mm-mm. Yeah. Oh, the Day of the Dead. Yeah, they are heavy on that out here. Heavy, heavy on that out here. And I was just talking to my friend the other day, and I was telling her because I used to be door to door, so I've been in a lot of people's houses, and you get to see a lot of what they practice, and that's there's a lot of people that worship the Grim Reaper or whatever his name is. I've gone into a house where I mean literally small shrines, big shrines, pictures all over the wall were not of family members. It was of that doggone Grim Reaper. I'm like, what in the world? I've seen in people's houses where they were sacrificing chickens and stuff and the carcasses were out. I'm like, wait, what? So you just never know what people got going on. Yeah, I'm gonna put yep. Okay, so you said Divine, I'm 20 minutes from Dallas. It made national news. Oh my goodness. And see, we were just talking about Dallas last week. Well, more so, no, we were talking about Fort Hood. It isn't that in like near Fort Worth. So kind of the Dallas area. How some strange things going on out there. The Hispanics here are deep into Santa Muerta, the death cult. Yeah, yeah. And I want to say I even asked them like, what do you even get out of that? What do you get from worshiping a death demon? I've never gotten an answer. So wait, what? Meek Mill mentioned Drake getting peed on. I think he was speaking on weird industry rituals going on behind closed doors. Oh my goodness, maybe champagne pop equals champagne showers. Okay, you know what? I'm not even mad at that. I didn't know that. When was he? He was. Got me stuttering. Uh, and now listen, I've always thought that Drake was soft as a pillow, but ever since the whole Kendrick smackdown, like the pictures and stuff he's been coming out with, he's been looking zestier and zestier. So I'm not gonna put it past him that he's getting peed on, and I doubt it's. I'm pretty sure it's by men. I know he's not getting peed on by women. That's gross. And how is Meek Mill talking? Isn't he on the list? Or is he just trying to out everybody else so that he's not alone? Mm-mm. That's crazy. Yeah. Fort Hood is where I mentioned the rumors of the military programs and missing people. Yeah. There's a local town joke that you didn't go there alone at night or you end up 50 feet under the base. That's crazy. And again, this is another example. People know about this stuff, but they just, you won't catch me down there. But I mean, I guess what can you do? What can you do? Mm-mm. There's a definite division between the illuminated souls and the soulless. The soulless have all the riches on earth, but the illuminated ones don't have to stay here. Yeah. And I think the reason for that is, I don't know, I think too many good people have been silent for too long. And so they've taken over. The soulless have taken over. Um, Unfortunately. Plus, we have all this new age, the new age movement and stuff came about, which turned people's hearts and minds off that. Yeah, it's just a mess. They're well, but they think they're the true light. That's what's hilarious about it. They think they're the real light, but their lights gonna get put out. Freaking Yeah, exactly. I thought I thought Drake was zesty as well. He popped out with the baby, but still, I still thought that he was a little soft. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, now that's something that has been out for years, especially people like Wendy Williams and all that talking about it. Um, I just don't know. I just don't know. But if you notice, it's like the same names. Well, I've noticed that the same names keep coming up. So I don't know if there's any truth to that, but yeah. Let's see. There's a heavy Eastern Star and Thelema presence where I am. So what? For real? So bad. I refused to do business with them and lost a lot because of that. What? Wow. I don't even. It's like I know about that, right? I know about that stuff, but I don't know how they put it into practice in their daily lives besides the rituals. So if somebody was like, "Hey, I'm an Easter Star" or whatever, I'd be like, "Okay, what do you do with that?" So how do you know? How do you know that they're a part of a part of this, the Eastern Star and the Thelema? Yeah, they did. They made Wendy crazy. She couldn't have spoken freely. And yeah, she'll get cancer in one day and pass by the evening. She did. She was dropping way too much on her show. Like, if you just go back and just look at all the stuff that Wendy Williams has talked about, even when she was on the radio, because she was the one that outed Diddy in the first place, and it got her fired. Oh, okay. Oh, the symbolism. Yep. And the memorabilia snitches on them. That's what they said. The symbols will be their downfall. The symbols will be their downfall. Yeah, I try to. Uh, People say they're into that stuff. I'm staying away because now I'm thinking, well, heck, I could be a sacrifice for you. So I don't want to. Okay, so a Delilah visited me at my job and almost literally recited an entire convo I had regarding a book. What I was reading hours before she arrived. I think she had some type of familiar spirit in her. Wow. What was she there for? That's crazy. Has anybody else think they've had like an encounter with the familiar spirit? That's no, I've never had anyone be able to come up and tell me, about me like that. That's crazy. And if you're not familiar with the familiar spirit, so the etymology of it is like a skin bottle. So you're in pretty much you're the body, but you're inhabited by another spirit that is not your own. And it speaks out of you like a ventriloquist. So ventriloquist is actually another word for it. That's crazy. It Yeah, because I've heard not only obviously people can have familiar spirits, but I heard that those mermaids get out and walk around as well and can come up to you and talk to you and do all that kind of stuff and get you involved. Like one story I heard was that this guy, he was pretty much out and about. He ran into this beautiful lady in white, and he ends up striking, pretty much they end up having a relationship together. She would come and visit him every day. You know, they would picnic together, they would eat together, blah, blah, blah. Then eventually she ends up coming to him and was like, hey, if you want to be with me, I need you to do something. And of course, he's all enamored at this point. And so he's like, okay, well, what you need me to do? Next thing he knows, this chick produces a baby, like a 1-year-old baby, one that's old enough to crawl, I guess, ends up cutting the baby up in pieces and then offering it to him. Of course, he ends up eating one of the baby pieces, and then now he's stuck to her into a blood covenant. So I've heard that happening as well. So yeah, we got to be careful. That's why the Lord says, test these spirits. Test these spirits. They can get you into a covenant and you don't even know. That's also why it says can't be eating food sacrificed to idols. I run a warehouse, and some of the large business owners here are very active. In the early 2000s, I was approached I turned down the offer after a lot of previous business associates swore not to. Wow, I wonder what they knew. I wonder what they knew. Mm. Mm. Said she was there for business, but she kind of lingered around, and I thought she was cute, and I was entertaining. Well, you entertained the convo, but my spider senses were tingling, and it was as if she had heard me. That is scary. I don't even know what to think about that. Yeah, I'm a loss for words about that one. Because just thinking like you're sitting there reading a book and then somebody comes up to you randomly and tell, heck no. I don't even know what to think about that. Wait, you just recently when I was running errands, I saw a gentleman wearing the compass on a necklace. What do you mean the compass on a necklace? What is that? I feel intrigued, but I'm not quite sure I know what the significance of the compass is. She started with the convo, you have pretty hair and pretty skin. Oh wow. The mermaid and siren stuff is interesting. Starbucks' original logo was a siren. They changed the logo after a lot of backlash. Oh, did they change the logo? I feel like I still see her up there. Yeah, the place where they say has a lot of, or they claim to have a lot of mermaid sightings is it Alaska? I want to say it's Alaska. It was a weird place, but they said at least like 50,000 people go missing every year up there, and they think it's due to the mermaids because people get pulled underwater. I know one guy was saying that him and his friend had went to the dock, and one of the mermaids was singing, and they got intrigued, and somehow his friend got pulled under the water, and they never saw him again. Again, I don't know how true these stories are. I'm telling you what I heard. Oh, probably a masonry. The compass of the mason. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. But again, I mean, depending on where they are in masonry, a lot of them don't, they don't know. They do not know. I thought they kept I thought they kept the mermaid too. Nope, they did. Nope, they did. She used to have easily seen breast. Oh, they censor her. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. They censor her. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say she's still up there. But yeah, I don't know how true those mermaids are. He said, "Listen, I don't want to be on Earth anymore. God needs to hear me because these people down here are crashing out." They definitely are. They definitely are. Yeah, there's a lot of evil. That's why I really don't watch the news. I guess YouTube is my news, but I can't just sit there and watch my local news because it's just murder after murder after murder, or theft, or it's just crazy. Mm-mm. Said I've gotten out of 2 tickets by playing to be a Mason using the I'm a traveling man going from east to west, saying what? Haha, didn't think it would work, but it definitely did. Dude shook my hand with the shake. That's crazy. People don't understand. They think that these sororities and these fraternities are nothing. No, no. They have a one up on you. If I put sorority down on my resume or on whatever, I'm going to get looked at before you. It doesn't matter my qualifications. It doesn't matter if I suck at the job. They're going to think sisterhood, brotherhood first. Most people in higher up positions are there because it's kind of, I shouldn't say that, because these people are the elite. These people are the intelligent people. They are the hard workers. That's why they're chosen for these organizations. But in the same vein, they're going to make sure that they look out for the brotherhood, the sisterhood first. Um, somebody said, "Wait, that works." Uh, wow, somebody told you to do that, and that's where you got that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Because yeah, it's all about the questions. They start asking questions, and they start charging you up, and they can take your stuff if you don't have the answers correct. It's really, yeah, it's really corny when you think about it. At Popeyes, shoot, people at Popeyes they ain't in masonry. They're not masons. But go somewhere higher up and pull it and see what happens. Mm-mm. Yeah. So, what do y'all think is next? Yeah, not Popeyes. Mm-mm. Speaking of chicken, y'all know KFC. Who I don't know if anybody still eats KFC, but KFC might be in on it because KFC talking about they're gonna stop selling chicken. I don't know if they already, stopped selling it, but I know at one time they were moving over to 3D chicken so they could print it out on a computer, and somehow I don't know how it works, but somehow they can serve it. And that's when I stopped eating their chicken bowls. Yeah, exactly. When they said that, I was like, I'm good on KFC. I really don't even do like churches and stuff because some of them tenders be looking a little suspect. Mm-mm. Kama King says, I think something big is coming down the pipe, hence all the Diddy distraction. Why now and not 20 years ago when the rumors were flying? Something's in the works. The world is a stage. I know, right? This man has been doing this for a long time, and all these people have known about it. Yeah, it makes me wonder. I guess we just got to pay attention. When they start dropping stuff, we got to start looking in the background, see what's going on. I don't know if it's the election. I don't know if they're trying to distract us from that, so we don't research and look into stuff because we're so busy worried about the celeb sex tapes. But wait, you said isn't the UN trying to gain sanction over the U.S. right now currently oh, are they? I wouldn't be surprised because where are we at in their plan? They got to make this big one world government and they got to break it down into 10 different areas. We know that most of the states have already joined the UN. There's only a few left. So yeah. Has anybody hey Freddie B, does anybody know this chick? Her name is Amina. She's she used to be over on the Emirates channel, and during the whole pandemic this lady was dropping gems. Like she had military intel. She knew everything that was going on. Hold on, let me pause what I was saying. You said, why is God so silent right now? Is it just me? I guess it depends on how you play it. I guess it depends on what you mean by that. God is not silent in my life. No, no, I wouldn't say that. Is he silent in the world? I kind of see a movement from both sides. I see the Satan's movement. I see exactly what he's trying to do. I see everything that the Bible has written coming to pass just as it was written, and Satan's minions gathering together. I absolutely see that. But I also see that people are at a point where they're hungry for God and they're hungry for the word of God because of everything that's going on right now. So I don't know, but what I do know is the word says that, that wrath has to build up. So if God is silent right now, it's because he already told us what it was. Now he's letting us play it all out. And when his wrath boils over, he's going to release it. And so we're thinking he's silent right now, but he's like, okay, keep playing around. Y'all keep playing around down there if you want to. And some people want to. Some people want to keep playing. The mic adjust. I don't know what I'm doing with the mic. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm hitting it or what. All these fake pastors and preachers are feeding them poison. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Have y'all been seeing? Oh my goodness, Shawnee O'Neal's husband. What's his name? Kenyon or something like that. I've been seeing the crazy stuff he's preaching, talking about how you can't get any blessings by giving money to the poor. It's just craziness. Him and what's the other guy, Mike Todd. I just seen some crazy clips on about him pouring syrup all over the Bible and all over the pulpit, and just the crazy stuff that he does. But I think they're being used because, again, the scripture says, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge." So if you choose not to get this word, okay, thank you. No, I don't. I agree. What do you need a private jet for? I don't know. I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong, right? If you work a job, or even because I know some pastors, they do get paid from the church, like they'll get an actual salary from the church or whatever, but it's separate from what the church is bringing in. I think if you save up your own money, then fine, you can buy yourself a jet, but not with the tithes and offerings, not with the building funds. You shouldn't be doing that. Absolutely not. I also heard another pastor say, "Oh, well, pretty much you're not a part of God's kingdom if you're broke." And I got where he was going with it. Like, no, the Lord does not want us broke. He doesn't, but that's because he doesn't want us being a slave to the lender. He doesn't want usury and stuff put on us. Not because being broke is something bad. It's because he knows that money is a tool, and when you don't have tools, then you have nothing to work with, and people can take advantage of you. Yeah, that's what he said. Thank you. Nope. He said the poor will see the foolishness. He did say that the poor will always be with you. Like, what? Yeah, they will, but we're supposed to be looking out for the fatherless and the widows. So, yeah, people are definitely going to perish because they're listening to these people. Yeah, Mike Todd, he definitely, yeah, he's definitely a little, I don't like to put that on folk, but he do look a little sugary. Mm-mm. I know, right? My money be funny sometimes. God doesn't want me broke. So you're serving the Powerball numbers for real. For real. I'll tithe, I promise. I'll give to the poor. I sure will. Yeah. Yeah, but these people sit in these churches. They sit in these churches and nothing ever, their antennas never go up. Like, wait a minute, what did you just say? Because they don't read the Bible themselves, and so they have nothing to compare it to. So they can be told anything. They can be told. What about that clip? I didn't, man, where that pastor slapped the fool out of that man in his congregation. I don't know what the point of it was. I think they said he didn't donate or something, but slapped the mess out of that man. And then he's gonna try to tell somebody it was the Holy Spirit. Please stop. But again, if you let people lie to you like that, then I have no sympathy for you. Mm-mm. Oh, I know why I brought up Amina though. Because she was really heavy on the QAnon. And QAnon was making all these drops from like 3 years ago, 4, 5 years ago, pretty much predicting everything that was going to happen now. And that's exactly what she was saying. The world is a stage. Like, we're pretty much watching a movie, and we're now about to see it all play out. Like, everything that they wrote and the whole QAnon stuff has already happened. We're just now seeing it play out. She had to move her channel so many times, I kind of lost track of her because they kept shutting her channel down. That lady had receipts for days. Yeah. Money always is always money. Let me see this. Did you see the video where they talked about rituals being done at the Diddy parties and the Bieber song "Lost Myself at a Diddy Party"? Yeah, I did. I thought that was a real song at first until the person was saying that it was AI. I was like, dang. I thought he really did get bold enough to make that. But again, he did make that Yummy song. I was trying to play it last week, but the internet was acting up. But he had a Yummy song showing a bunch of babies and plates and just crazy stuff. Poor Justin. Poor Justin. They said that boy was pretty. They passed him around like a blunt. Oh my goodness. Yeah, poor thing. No, one thing I realize is we are put through hard times to draw us closer to the Father. When I'm doing great, I'm not on my face seeking Him, and He knows that. And I rejoice in the time of trial. Pray. Yep, exactly. Yep. Just like Paul said, he got a thorn in his side, and he was trying to get rid of it, but the Lord He won't take it away. Because we all need that one thing, at least one thing that's gonna keep making us seek His face. Hollywood it does sound worse than prison. It's yeah. You mean to tell me that you're enslaved in a contract that you can't get out of? If you try to get out of it, then they kill you off. There's so many secrets and stuff that they bind you to, and if you say anything, they kill you off. You have to give up yourself in order to go higher or do certain things in the industry. Like who? Yeah, you get your manhood taken, your womanhood taken. And that's exactly what they say happens in prison. Yeah. What can you do? Yeah, they are swapping fluids. That's gross. It's really gross. No, you can't. Cam, you cannot just. You can't just say. You can't be vague about it. What did you see? Give us something. Give us something. A weird thing that happened out in L.A. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I know I was out in I had gone to Long Beach once, and my friend had taken me to the Queen Mary and was telling me how he used to work on that and it was haunted and giving me stories about it. But that's really the only weird thing besides Hollywood that I know about. I hear that, G, but making my life rough ain't gonna help the relationship, especially if God ain't giving me a purpose or calling. You feel like He hasn't given you a purpose or a calling? Yep. Yep. The Lord whispers in our trials. Some offerings to Osiris. Ooh. Like I hear people mention Osiris, right? But okay. Nope. I am sorry to hear that. I'm definitely sorry to hear that. That you feel like you haven't gotten a purpose or calling. I mean, sometimes it really just takes asking and asking and asking and walking step by step. Um, yeah, it it must be because I guess we were groomed is a strong word in this instance, but to like celebrities, to love their movies, to find, to pedestalize them for being able to memorize a couple lines and, you know, that's what we do. But nobody, again, a lot of the stuff was out in the forefront. A lot of what was going on in Hollywood was not in the forefront. Like if they were throwing up symbolism and stuff like that, and I'm like trying to think because I was a really, really heavy music video watcher. I have VCR tapes full of music videos because I was a dancer, so I would remember all the choreography. I would learn all the choreography, so I had tons of videos. I can't remember symbolism and stuff like that in them, but then again, I didn't know about that stuff back then, so maybe it was there. I'll have to go back and watch, but I don't even know if it was. Wait, what? Hollywood for a real drive down the road, 3:30 a.m. People out there in hoods, and it wasn't Halloween. Oh, it's the equinox where I heard stories for days. Ugh. Mm. Yeah, that's weird. Wonder what the hell they could have been doing. See, sometimes being out there at night, you gotta eat. Ain't safe. I agree, especially about learning symbolism and stuff. It's a gift and a curse. Now, of course, you want to be aware of the devil's wiles so that you don't get caught up in the trap. But another thing, like you said, you can hardly enjoy things. And then I'm the type of person, I'm probably gonna say something about it, and then it kind of rubs some people the wrong way. People that don't know symbolism or don't see it or whatever or don't care about it, they're like, "Man, here she go again." But some people need to know. Some people need to know. Like my friend, she's all in love with pandas, and I was like, "Did you know about panda eyes?" She's like, "Oh my gosh, here we go again." I'm like, "I'm just asking. This is real stuff. This is real stuff." And I even saw a thing where it said avocados mean the same thing. Avocados also mean some type of trafficking ritual. And then next thing I know, I'm seeing a meme of freaking, I think it was Christy Teigen, if I'm not mistaken, her and her daughter with some avocado pajamas on. Miss, I deleted 6,000 tweets, Christy Teigen. So not my fault that I see it and call it out. Um, there was a convent about 20 minutes from me. I thought it was BS to learn more about them, and I left that place. I got more knowledge on things. Glad I did so. Now, was that a convent like a Catholic nun convent or some other type of convent. Because have y'all seen that video? I don't know if I posted it on this, but I know I posted it when I before they shut me down on TikTok. But it was this nun, and she was pretty much discussing the things that actually go on in the convent. She was saying that she thought, of course, it was something where they can go and just dedicate their life to God and just live in a life of chastity and things like that. But that was not what happened when she went there. They made her sign away all of her possessions in blood, like she had to sign in blood all of her possessions. They would not allow her to speak to any of her family anymore. Like her family would send her letters and things like that. She never got them. She never was able to speak to her family again. She talked about all the penance and stuff that they had to do, like get on their nails. I'm sorry, get on like the stairs to the cellar had nails going up and down the steps. They had to kneel on that and crawl up and down the steps. She talked about how many babies were born in the convent to the priest, and then they would just kill the babies. They would just kill the babies. And so nobody knew that these priests were actually knocking up the nuns. And she also said that they pretty much were, how do you say it? They were pretty much sex slaves to the priest. And supposedly everybody knows that. This is not a place of chastity. It's a place where you are now the bride of the priest, and he can have sex with you and whoever else comes in the convent, knock you up, and then they just kill the babies. So I said all that to say, what kind of convent was it? Hmm. Yeah, exactly. They make you cut ties. Yeah, I know. Yep. The first step is they make you cut ties to your family. Yep. So that they can indoctrinate you. Exactly. Yep. And a lot of that is because a lot of these priests are not, they're degenerate anyway. And I feel like I know I'm giving a lot away, a lot of what I wrote in the Canadian residential school video that I dropped, but there is a clause called the magisterial privilege, and in it, it forces all of the priests to pretty much engage in blood rituals. They have to sacrifice kids, and they all have to participate. It's a clause they all have to sign in order to be a pope. Wow. She said that there's a famous sister that spoke on some things that you're speaking of. She mentioned abortions being done regularly, very unsafe practices. Exactly. Exactly. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's just sick stuff. It's just sick stuff. That's supposed to be a safe place. I know why I brought up the Pope thing. I was saying that because they have in their clause, and again, this is Catholicism. They have in their clause that they forbid to marry. They're not supposed to be getting married. And so they probably have a lot of sexual tension built up. So anybody can get it at that point. Animals, children, like anybody can get it at that point because they're so pent up. And that's why God says it's better to marry than to burn. If you can't contain yourself, you need to marry. The ritual lore runs deep. I spent about 10 years studying all the lore behind the many different rituals practices of some of the larger occult groups. It's repulsive in practices they do. Yeah. Yep. And I need to get this Hermetic Order video together, but you're going to see what Aleister Crowley was teaching. I mean, eating excrement. We already talked about the sex magic. Just, yeah, like you said, repulsive things. Mm-mm. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, if our bodies are temples, then abortion spiritually would be a blood sacrifice within the body of the pregnant woman. It is a blood sacrifice. It definitely is a blood sacrifice. But these people think it's different than the rituals that were performed back in the day when people were sacrificing their children to Moloch, but it's not. It's not different. You're still giving your baby up. You're still making your baby pass through the fire. It's still a sacrifice. Yep. And you know why you know it's a sacrifice? Because listen to all of the reasons that they give as to why they believe it should be right or they should be able to do it. Convenience. Oh well, I might not be able to get a good job if okay, so the job is the reason why you're killing off your children. So riches and wealth is what you're after. You want to be able to make money. Is the reason why you want to kill off your child. You might not have the same opportunities that you had. Like what is it? Yeah, I mean, yep, that's a given. Catholics are modern day Freemasons with a spice of Luciferian and pagan tendencies. Yes. And I know they get upset when you say it, but if you look at the history, that's exactly what it is. Catholicism and Freemasonry goes hand in hand. Okay, so he said the issue I have is when God said it's better to marry than to burn. Why would one have to wait so long for their God ordained spouse? When you say wait so long, to be honest, I think this society is who's saying we need to wait. Like people back in the day, they didn't wait. They weren't waiting until their 30s, 40s, 50s to get married and have kids. Like that was ridiculous. But like as a woman, I mean, I'm just thinking about as a woman. If you are somebody who wants to have kids, why would you wait until your late 20s, 30s to start even thinking about it? Your eggs are depleting every chance. Every time that you have a menstrual cycle, your eggs are depleting. It's making it harder and harder for you to have children. Like people back in the day did not do that. They got married. Even I know people were. I think I saw a thread just yesterday. People were mad because the lady was like, "Yeah, me and my husband were pretty much married at 14. We had all our kids. We still married. Blah blah blah." People were like, "Ew, that's disgusting. 14-year-olds getting married." I get it. I get it. But if you're 14 and I'm 14 and we're getting married, there's really not a disgust factor. It's just, all it's saying is we're going to be together for life. What's disgusting about that? There's nothing inherently disgusting about that. And truth be told, these babies having sex anyway. So why not? Why not just make it official? And so I said all that to say, yeah, nowadays we are waiting way too long to try to find spouses and things like that. Way too long. Now trauma is pent up because you've been bouncing from body to body to body. Now you hate Jane and Jack and Mary, and now you're not even open-minded to a good person coming into your life because you're so traumatized. People back in the day didn't do that. They found a person that, hey, I like you, you like me, let's make it happen. How do you, this is a good question. Hold on, where did it go? It said, how do you balance not being too sucked into learning about it while still being close to God? I'm grounded in what I believe in. I'm grounded in what I believe in. I can read. Again, I think I said this in another video or another live. I'm not going to go so far. Like if I can tell you that it's a book on witchcraft without telling you the rituals and the spells within that book, because I'm not going to open up that book and read it, because I don't want that in my mental, so that I'm meditating on the words of witchcraft. I'm not doing that. So I know about it just enough that I know to stay away from it, if that makes sense. As far as being staying close to God, I'm not a superficial believer. I know exactly why I believe in the God that I believe in, and nothing is going to sway me from that. So that's pretty much it is. You have to be grounded in what it is that you believe in, and I don't believe in knowledge that is. I don't believe not like these people try to tell you that science changes, right? They try to tell you, oh, well, we might be able to find out what that science tells us in 1,000 years. No, that's not science then. Science means knowledge. Knowledge means fact. So in my mind, it has to be there. You can't, it's not something that's so far off. Like that's when you say that's a theory. If you don't have the facts, you just think it's no, then that's a theory. But if you have the actual facts to back up what you believe, then that's what I stand on. And in my mind, I think God is trustworthy enough to stand on and believe in him. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't go too far down. Like I know we're going down rabbit holes, but I never get too close to where I'm in full on practice of it, if that makes sense. And even when I've gotten close, like I told y'all last week, even when I've gotten close, the Lord has always given me knowledge to where I've been like, okay, nope, can't go too far that way. Wait, well, what? YouTube has videos now on how to do a ritual with your abortion. Are you serious? Why would anybody do that? And what type of rituals would you even do? Why would you want to see? I know I'm asking you, but why would you? Sickness. People are sick. People are sick. My friend just casually did that. I couldn't be her friend after that. I literally offered to pay for the plan B. Yeah. And these women are being lied to. These women are being lied to. I had a friend, she had 3 of them. And you know what she had the nerve to say? I can't wait till the Lord give me babies. I turned to her, I said, the Lord gave you 3 of them and you killed all of them. And that was the last time we had that conversation. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad you said that, Kim the King. It reinforces my faith in the Father by being privy to the info the other side operates in. Exactly. And that's kind of how my channel operates. I know I kind of give y'all the word in a quirky kind of way by showing y'all what the other side believes and how it corresponds to what the Bible is saying. Not that what they're saying is true, but sometimes even the Bible will say, hey, they're wrong about such and such and such, or they're going to say this about such and such and such and such, and they end up saying it, and you're like, see, the Lord told me you were going to say that. So yeah, I like that. It definitely reinforces to understand the other side. Yeah, Paul said it's better to, he said it's better if you were like me. I guess that means being single, but if you can't, definitely marry. And a lot of people can't. Most people can't. And you just got to be honest about that. Sorry. That one. Let's see. Yep. I'm for people getting married and having a family sooner. Yep. Than what's told today. Exactly. Hmm. Sorry, guys, frequency. I missed what you were saying. I guess it's too late for me. I missed what that was about. No, it's not. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by it's too late for you, but no, it's as long as you have breath, it's not too late. We're always able to turn around and do something different. I'm saying, do you think God has a specific spouse for those who desire marriage? If so, what if God will is that I don't find the spouse He has for me until later in life? Hmm. I don't know. I don't see. I don't know, and I'm going to give my opinion right now. It's not going to be scripture because I honestly don't know a scripture that would answer that question for you. But in my opinion, I don't think that God just has a specific spouse set out for us. No. I know the scripture says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." So I think it's up to you to find that wife, and then He gives you parameters of what a good wife is in scriptures like Proverbs 31, when He's talking about what a virtuous woman should be. A woman who gets up when it's dark outside just to feed her family. She's even out in the cold, getting flax and things like that to make things with so that she can sell it to merchants to have money for, that type of thing. Her husband is proud of her in the streets. He's able to sit up on high without being ridiculed by people because his wife is not, I guess, thotting and bopping and, posting thirst traps and stuff, so I think it's your job to find a spouse. I don't think it's God's job to find a spouse for you. I guess I'm thinking about Jacob and Rachel, right? Rachel, well, that might not be a good example because didn't God tell Jacob that Rachel was going to be there? But then again, it's also Jacob's job to approach her and do what he needs to do. So that's a good question. Nope. I'm gonna be honest. That's a good question because I can think of some scenarios where, yeah, the woman was right there, and but the guy still had to approach and he had to do what needed to be done. And then I also know passages like with Ruth, who her mother-in-law needed her to be, was like, okay, you need to be redeemed, you need to pretty much be married. So what you're gonna have to do is go where this man is gonna be. When he gets off work, he's gonna go to this wine press. You need to go there. You need to lay at his feet, and pretty much you need to submit yourself to him. You need to perfume yourself up and go be where he's gonna be at. And so that's another instance where the woman was actually like, hey, you see me? Let me catch your gaze real quick. Lay your eyes on me. But the guy still needed to be open to that. So I don't know. I don't know. No. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's on both parties, but it's definitely on both parties to stay together. Because even if God does supposedly give you someone, you still gonna do what needs to be done to stay together. Goddess Frequency says, I'm 29 and moved back in with my mom and about to emotionally move out and start over. I hope that works out. I hope that works out. First of all, let me say it's a blessing to be able to have something to fall back on, especially when you are in a space where you need to start over. And it happens to the best of people. Not everybody has, the means to just, my parents gave me, and I'm not trying to dog on nobody, but my parents gave me $1 million. So restart that doesn't happen in most times. So I definitely hope that works out for you. Sometimes we just need to start over. I've had to do it a couple times. I'll be honest. I've had to do it a couple times within the last few years. I've had to start over twice. So I definitely wish you the best. People who say you can't buy happiness have never bought a Ducati Monster. I guess that's I don't know too much about cars. During us passing, I'm good. Soul ties with the wrong ones, yeah. And that's another thing about waiting too long, right? Not only are you collecting bodies, but you're like collecting soul ties. And a lot of people don't even understand what the severity of that even means, but it doesn't even mean you're gonna go back to that person or anything like that. But shoot, they could just be on your mind. You could just be reminiscing about it all the time. You could just, be comparing the new partner to the old partner. It could hurt in a bunch of ways. hmm And everybody's soul, everybody's spirit ain't good. So you don't know who you're tying yourself to. Yeah, yeah. We ain't talking about that young. Yeah, Muhammad got them real young. We're not doing that. Definitely not that. We need them of age. You've seen a lot of mimetic magic, speaking of witchcraft? Oh, you mean like the meme? Are you talking about the memes? Are those called mimetic magic? If so, I definitely understand. Um, I mean, yeah. But again, a lot of people don't know what witchcraft is, and so it doesn't seem like anything. And a lot of witches want to do good. Those are the so-called, oh, I want to be a white witch. Um, what degree is considered a witch? Like speaking positively into things and meditation, or do you mean like black gray magic people? So witchcraft has it's one big umbrella, but there's a lot of different ways that you can divine. One way that you can divine is by fortune telling. So all of the psychics are forms of divination and witchcraft. And the reason for that is because these psychics have a familiar spirit in them. We talked about that a few minutes ago. Familiar spirit means you have a spirit speaking within you, speaks out of you like a ventriloquist. You are just the skin. That spirit is within you. Now, the reason why they call it a familiar spirit is because it stays with you throughout generations, or stays with the family throughout generations. So it knows you. It knows your aunties. It knows your uncles. It knows your grandmas. It knows what you eat. It knows what you don't like. It knows it. So when you speak to it, it's able to tell you things that are familiar to you, and so it makes you believe in it, because how could you possibly know? How could you possibly know that? Right? So fortune telling is one. Omens are a sign or a form of witchcraft. So it can be anything from tea leaves, or sometimes the way that the birds are flying in the sky is divination to some people. Even the way that the serpent's patterns on his back is divination to some people. They use that as a way to tell the future. They're saying, oh, well, if the birds fly in this particular pattern, then I'm going to have a good day, or I'm going to have that type of stuff. So that's an omen. That's another type of witchcraft. Another type of witchcraft is your sorcery. So speaking incantations, different songs, different not hymns, but different lyrics and stuff can be an incantation. You invoke whatever spirit is there, and then the same thing happens, or it's able to work through you. And then another one is potions and stuff like that. So mixing different potions is magic. Pharmakia is one such form of that type of magic. So all of the medicine and stuff, that's why you see the medical symbol has the caduceus on it. It's two serpents intertwining with each other, because serpent in Hebrew is nakash. It means to practice divination. So that's why the symbol of the medicine is the serpent. It all goes hand in hand. So there's different kinds, but pretty much to sum it up, it's using powers other than God to bring about change, if that makes sense. So meditation, excuse me, meditation in itself is not bad. God tells us to meditate all the time, but he wants us to meditate on his word. Because guess what? If we're just, okay, we are born in sin. If y'all know what that means, we are born with the proclivity to do good and evil. Okay. But of course that evil falls short of the good standard. So it's we're not good, because good means you're good all the time. That's what that word means. But we are a mixture of both good and evil. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Why did I bring that up? It'll come back to me. But does that make sense? Goddess frequency is about the different types of witchcraft. So we're able to meditate, but we have to meditate on the things of God. And speaking positive, I don't know what that means. Somebody has to tell me what that means. The whole speaking positive, I don't know what that means. I know what it comes from, physics and stuff like that. But in the sense of speaking positive, I don't know what exactly that means. Science is shifting from God. Yes, it is. Yeah, but well, I wouldn't say that. Science itself, no. But what people think science is, absolutely. What they're doing with science, yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting. The hundreds of videos on the matter of Lot speaking about using the energy, to manifest stuff. Exactly. Yeah, the whole manifestation movement, and we're going to talk about that soon. The whole manifestation movement is a form of witchcraft. Using energies and stuff like that. Yeah. Wait, what? One of the large abortion clinic companies got exposed for literally talking about playing with the dead baby parts. Yeah. And what? And sculpting them into new things. Oh my goodness. My goodness. It's just sickening. It's really just sick. It's really just sick. Plan B can be an abortion too, though. It can drop a fertilized egg. Yeah, I agree. See, that's why I don't agree with none of that, to be honest. I feel like if you mess around and you find out, then that's on you. That is on you. Oh, really? That's how you came to faith? You had a encounter with the occult. Interesting. Yeah, I know a lot of people speak about like the Ouija boards and stuff like that, and how they found out that the spiritual realm was real. I got into that. I know I just struggle in this world of sprinkle, sprinkle. I feel like I prayed for this and it's just unconventional. Hmm. Yeah, and you know what that is? The whole sprinkle sprinkle. That's the spirit. That's that Jezebel spirit. That's that Jezebel spirit. If you pay attention, just go through Proverbs because it talks about rebellious women and cankerous women pretty much. And if you just read those, the whole sprinkle sprinkle movement, they're literally teaching you that. That's exactly what it is. No, I don't know. Do you know any Proverbs 31 women that ain't been cracked and bopped yet? I'll be honest, the ones I know, they are married. They're married. Mm-mm. Um, Moving in with FWB, paying partial rent and having neat, clean peace, but I'm in my head because everyone is saying men are trash. Some men are trash, just like some women are trash. All men are trash. There's some handy men out there, there's some polite men out there, there's intelligent men out there, hardworking men, godly men. It's all kind of men out there. But it's one thing about it, relationships aren't easy. And especially if you're with somebody for a long time, it's really to think that they're not going to get on your nerves or not cross a line ever is just ridiculous to think that. And unfortunately, these days, and I'm sorry to say, it's a lot of women that do it. They think everything is going to be a fairy tale. It's not a freaking fairy tale all the time. It's not. My husband be on my nerves sometimes, and I'll be on his nerves sometimes too. But guess what? When I pray, the Holy Spirit, he brings into remembrance all the things. There's like, okay, you like this, you like that, you like that. He's good in this area, this area, this area. You're like, you know what? The other stuff is not so bad. You know what? I can overlook the little stuff. But yeah, you gotta. I would stop. I wouldn't. What am I trying to say? Be careful who you listen to, because you got to understand that there are women who hate men, and they want you to hate them as well. And yeah, they'll call you names like pick me and blah blah blah. That bull. But I wouldn't listen to that. Find somebody, get on his page. Don't worry about the little stuff. Work together. Let's see here. It's never too late, but I wouldn't waste time. I'm in my early 30s, bringing my first into the world now. It's the worst time I've committed to do battle and bring two to life. Not sure yet how. Yeah, I think you got it. I think you'll get it. Wait, going to do so with something to lose now. I've done what I have for so long because nothing could be taken from me now. It can be. You know, families were stronger when multi-generations lived under the same roof. Yeah. And a lot of families still do this. I know the whole conversation, it's a lot of misconceptions out there. I don't know why people think that people don't have like 50-50 households. Like I told you, I used to work door to door. These wife worked, husband worked. If grandma was there, she worked too. They put grandma to work. Go to some of these restaurants, especially in the Asian community. I bet they have their little kids running the register or buffing tables and stuff. Like, they know how to work together. Everybody work together. Now everybody's me. I'm independent and what else? Like, okay. Eventually you're gonna need somebody. He said, but the three kings followed the star based on a prophecy from a prophet, future seeing person. That's twofold. The three king prophecy is twofold. Yes. Number one, yes, they were following a star based on the prophecy, but another take that I heard was that the three kings were wise men, pretty much. And if you know who the wise men were, they were the astrologers of the land. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, these people believe that stars contain destinies. Okay, now the brighter your star was, the brighter your so-called destiny was to be. Now, these sorcerers, what they do is they practice what's called pulling down the moon. I want to say it's called pulling down the moon. Now, again, I'm just telling you what I've heard. It doesn't quite make sense to me, but they're able to swap your destiny by doing that. So if they see your star in the distance, they like, okay, that's a bright star. Then they are able to pull it down and then swap it, give you somebody else's destiny, maybe give you their own destiny, and then take yours. So that's kind of what I heard. I heard that they were astrologers, so they were already observing the stars. And then, boom, they saw the star, they corresponded it with the prophecy, and then they went to go see what it was about. So that's kind of what I want to say. That was Cam. Cam, was that you that said earlier you research other things to corroborate what's written in the Bible, and that's kind of one of the things, because I wouldn't have known that if I didn't know what sorcerers believed. They believe that you can switch people's destinies. Which was why, so this is another reason why. Okay, so the three kings saw the star. They saw that it was going to be Jesus' star. It was bright. They knew who he was. Hence why Herod started killing all the kids 2 and below, because he was then trying to take the destiny, Jesus' destiny, and swap it for, obviously for death. But he was trying to swap it because he knew the prophecies. Yeah, hold on. That's really all ritual magic is, the conjuring and controlling of, yes, entities to do your bidding. Exactly. Yes, there's no controlling them, and they always have a price. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Okay, so that's all that these entities can do. It can look nice on the surface, but when you get down to it, when the fruits start producing, it's going, all hell breaks loose. Pretty much, yeah. So that's why we're supposed to stay away from these mediums, stay away from that stuff. Tarot cards, all that stuff. Yeah, Pastor Darby definitely preached against witches a lot, because a lot of them have assignments where they have to come to the churches and try to, seduce the pastor or seduce the congregants. So if you listen to a lot of these witches' testimonies, they're being made to go into these churches. So yeah. And remember, Satan transformed himself as an angel of light. So again, they look like they're coming to bring good, and they don't. Okay, so you said, I think we come in blank, and the devil utilizes expectations and fear to make people that way. I know God is real, but I don't think the infrastructure of religion is pure. Well, it depends on what Yeah, it depends on what you base the definition of religion off of. I know scripture says that true religion is looking after the fatherless and the widowless. But it pretty much means the etymology of religion means a fear of God, which just means you worship God. I know Don Lemon tells you shouldn't fear God, but we're supposed to fear him because fear means honor. Fear means honor. Alrighty. Hold on. I remember as a child, I asked why certain folks' PDF files are just thrown in jail rather than healed, and parents investigated. Hollywood and churches are the main institutions that prey on that. Answer. And are they thrown in jail? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I understand why Hollywood is an institution for that, but the only reason why I can think of why the church would be that way is because it's been infiltrated. Oh, wait, hold on. I feel like I missed a lot of comments. Hold on. Dang, I missed a lot of comments. Yeah, holy houses don't acknowledge things that the priests do. Yeah, I also think are there pastors that do it? Yes. Not as prevalent as the Catholic Church. And I'm not saying one, is better than the other, but definitely more prominent in the Catholic Church with the priest. I don't know why they don't acknowledge it though. Yeah, yoga. So what people don't know about yoga, it is a part of magic. What people don't know about yoga is it is a Hindu practice, a Hindu religious spiritual practice that is to yoke you to the god Brahma, their god. All of the poses, and they're really heavy into breathing. There's reasons for that. We'll talk about that soon, but they're really into breathing, and yeah, all of it is to put you in a meditative state so that you can yoke yourself with the god Brahma. Which also, okay, so it also relates to the serpent. Because once you start getting into their rituals and doing the stuff that they ask you to do in Hinduism, the idea is to raise the kundalini from the base of the spine to the forehead. The kundalini is the serpent. So, and again, the serpent means to practice divination. So yeah, it all ties into it. So I know people think it's just we're just stretching. No, you're not. It is a spiritual practice. And man, I really wish there was this one video, this lady, she does an in-depth documentary on the dangers of yoga. I cannot find it to this day. I feel like they haven't taken it down, but pretty much people get possessed and they start losing their minds with this yoga stuff. So you gotta be careful. Everything tests the spirit, y'all. You gotta test the spirit. So we're gonna talk about spiritual. I'm trying to get this research together because I do not want to miss anything. And so it's just taking me a little longer than that. We have to talk about the spiritual. Yeah, because somebody mentioned the law of attraction. Yeah, we have to talk about it. The largest Parenthood building has the unfinished pyramid symbolism in the archaeological structure. Dang, I did not know that. That is sick. And then they have the nerve to call it Parenthood. Yeah, leave the Ouija alone. Played with the Ouija board once, never ever again. It was too real and spelled out a real person, date of birth and date of death, never ever again. Really? I did not know about this stuff growing up. I did have a Ouija board in the elementary school. And to be honest, my mom never warned me about it. I think even she had played with it when she was little and encountered something, but for whatever reason, she didn't think it was important enough to warn me not to do it. But I remember taking it to my friend's house, and my friend, she was Korean. Her mom would not let me bring that Ouija board in the house. I could not understand why. She was like, "No, ma'am." I think I even had to leave it outside in the bushes. Something crazy like that. So yeah, I've heard crazy stuff going on with that Ouija board. It's never worked for me when I tried it, but wow, that's crazy. It spelled out a real. Yeah. No, yoga is definitely part of the dark side. It was a very American thing to do. Right. It's a very American thing to do things alone and push kids out at 18. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know there was a gender war until I got on YouTube. Exactly. I have gotten caught up in a lot of this manosphere talk just to hear what both sides are saying. There's definitely a war going on. I think it's a doctrine war, but I also think that they are bringing a lot of nuances forward that I guess men and women have been bothered about for years, but for whatever reason, it's coming to a head now. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. The mic, I picked up my phone. Yeah. So I apologize for the mic. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting stuff, y'all. Any final thoughts? I'm gonna wind it down. We got an early day tomorrow. Well, I thank everyone again for tuning in. Once again, like I said, I'm trying to get better and better with this live stream. I found out that I can maneuver around a lot more on my phone, but I guess I keep hitting the mic too, so I apologize about that. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the words and the knowledge and all the things that we were able to bring up. I'll try to hit us with some more stuff next week, so get ready for that. I'm definitely going to try to stay on track with that. And thank you so much, Freddie B. So it was a good love. I appreciate that. And that's gross. Sorry, one more thing. So just within the last year, 2 very close loved ones have changed their sexual identity, a mother and a child. I'm going to say this one last thing, right? The whole gender. So I always ask for people to define gender. And not one person who has proclaimed this whole gender identity notion, not one person has defined gender. When I looked up the etymology of gender, it said that it spoke about copulation, but more so between a woman and an animal. So the word means to lie with, but the most prevalent context is a woman lying with a beast. So I don't really know. A pansexual mother and a non-binary child. Pansexual means like anything. You'll have sex with anything. And that means any so-called gender, they'll have sex with it. Animals, babies, men, women, chairs, everything. Wow, that's gross. And they're proud about this too. They're proud about this. Didn't even what's his name? Does Wayne Brady have to? Okay, I had to say the line to remember his name. Wayne Brady. Not animals, not babies. Are you sure? I thought pansexual meant everybody can get it. Mm-mm. But anyway, yeah, we'll save that for a different day. But no, I appreciate once again everybody for joining in. I will definitely do my best to get back here next week and to have some videos and stuff like that queued up for us to talk about. But I want most of it to come from you guys. I want to hear what you guys have been running into out there in the streets. Yeah, I would still be coming to terms too. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm definitely sorry to hear that the family is getting lost in the sauce. I know I owe you, Jay-Z. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I was like, oh, what do I add? What do I not add? I'm trying to tone it down, but I'm definitely going to get that out this week. And again, I'll have some new stuff for us to talk about next week. You need advice next time? Okay, we'll talk about. Okay. Okay, we'll come, yeah, next time, and we'll see what's going on. Or, we don't want you struggling. We definitely don't want you struggling. We're all here. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.